Okay. Okay, so this is vlog number 2 for week 3 of the course. Um, as I'm recording this is Sunday. The review of my best presentation was this past Tuesday. I have been without a computer for the past week since then. I've just been doing all the lectures on my phones and stuff, just because I was waiting on a new computer arriving, and then it didn't work whenever I got it. So now we're all set up, and this is Sunday. The the response from the test presentation was to have a look at my sort of design process. So make a storyboard now and then look into ways of making it possible, rather than what I was planning on doing, which was seeing what's possible and then making a storyboard around that. So yeah, today I'm just pretty much going to be having a look at possible ideas for what I'm going to market, and then hopefully start working on a wee storyboard and see how that goes. I don't have a graphics tablet or anything, so I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way on paper. But yeah, you'll be able to see it either way. So let's see. Meeting. This was out in 2010. Okay. So, well, I was thinking there maybe going down the route of emerging technology in the sort of conference collaboration world, because obviously that's where I'm coming from. But I already run sort of social medias, or my own social media for my car, which might be a bit weird, but the sort of car marketing world is really quite cool, and I think I might actually go down the route of either making my own car or advertising a car that already exists. But that would give me my sort of focus, that would give me my car that I can design in lots of different styles, like 3D, 2D, all sort of stuff. And as long as the car shape stays the same, I can do it in different styles, which is really cool. Seeing what ways I can show the car in different sort of sketches and stuff. Oops. Well, that's exciting. Porsche Porsche marketing budget. Porsche. What is that budget? That's the one. Okay, so I have the social media for my car, and I could take my car and break it down into like layers. So you could start with, say, the engine and do the engine in like a 2D style or 2.5 isometric, and you build it up using all the different aspects. And then you take other parts of the car and make them in a particular style in a 2D, and pretty much just build up all the parts of the car in different styles, and then combine them all together and finish with real life footage of it, in probably a stylized real life footage. You could do some of that parallax stuff from this video, but then it's all tied together because it's all surrounding this same car. Cars are exciting, you know. Okay. So, starting off, lights turn on. You see the front of the car. You can see underneath it just sort of an industrial sort of thump noise as the lights come on, which is a classic. And then I wanted to zoom in to the engine bay with all these parts being in any sort of style. Haven't really thought about styles too much just yet because I don't know how to do it. But I want to see the engine, and then I want the top of the engine block to come off to show the pistons working. And that could be some sort of cool explosions and sort of visual effects in there. And I can zoom forward into the cockpit with a character sitting on the thing. And then one thing in there is like layered 2D sort of parallax zoom through the cockpit. Because I actually own this car, what I'd quite like to do for a transition here, coming down to this part, is like, because I don't want to model this all in 3D, but I do want to transition to the rear of the car. So what I'm thinking is some sort of like phase shift lighting effects, where I could phase in images of the back of the car with like almost a glitch effect, real images of the car, and then go back to the 2D style, 3D style, whatever I end up choosing for that. So then I'm at the back of the car, and then I wanted to just fire off, leaving a big sort of dust cloud, because that could easily transition into the next scene. The next scene that I haven't decided on yet. So, okay, I've just written down there that I'm going to 3D model the car. But probably just leave it as a 3D render and then paint over it in whatever sort of style the scene is. So, for example, in like these ones here, probably more realistic style, with like nice lighting and stuff like that. I might even render the lights in for these, but paint over it either in Photoshop or in whatever. And then in this one, again, just like a 3D render, but I want the wheels to be blurred and then I want the background to be moving. So if I was to like do those assets in Illustrator in different styles, then I could have the full 3D render of the car just matching whatever style the scene is in. And then could sort of do the same for these. Or I could just have these a bit more abstract, to be honest with you. But yeah, thinking that if I'm going to have one 3D asset, it's going to be the car, because it's going to be interchangeable and moving between them, but then I can just paint over them depending on what style I want the surroundings to be in and what style I want the actual sketch to be in. So just add it into the bottom here, like so. Image of the car, if it pans around to the front of the car again, and then shows like some sort of, I don't know, something interesting happening. So I'm thinking like maybe like beads of water running off the bonnet, and then that can zoom out to show it on a flat ground, which if you come down there could be then the floor of this isometric style, and all the buildings start popping up in sort of the pop-up style that I found quite interesting in my research. So just another possible transition which could work quite nicely. Again, if the car is 3D modeled, that makes things a lot easier. Okay, I've added in another scene down the bottom there where I want it to be like the car coming towards, and then using like all like the anime motion-y graphic or motion lines, sort of fake that out. But then I want to change the color of the car, like really rapidly, like in that infinite falling loop animation from my last vlog, where it changes color over and over and over again, with the background all going fast, and I think it could make like a really stylized sketch in that scene. But again, I want it to be just sort of visually interesting, and then over the top of it, I'm going to overlay like facts and statistics about the car and market it in that way. Like we've seen some of those examples we were watching earlier on. So I also think that sort of last scene where flashing and becoming really fast paced and stuff like that could be a good climax to the sort of sketch, to the whole piece. If it's really building up energy, and maybe with the beat of the music, the car changes color, and it gets faster and faster and faster, and then just sort of boom, cuts out. That sort of thing. Maybe.